I'm recording this the way that I am because the front camera doesn't really work that well. But so today, last night, um, these things has been dawning on me, and I wanted to talk about it, but my phone wasn't really charged. So today we're going to talk about a lot in this video. This video is going to have to do a lot about past mistakes, healing, what I have learned. On this channel, it's going to be about my life experiences and what I have learned, discovered about myself, but about the world. And this is to help people. Whether people take the information and use it for themselves, that's up to them. But this channel is going to be about my life story. And I feel it's very important because you go through life, right? When you're young, you go through life wondering what it's about, and you're not given the right information. When you get older and you see the world for what it is, you understand how most people are not able to understand how things work. They don't even reach that state, even though they think they know a lot, but they really don't know much. And they go through life and they die and they do the same thing again. So if I say this for everyone, before you leave this earth, you must leave a recording, writing, whatever, a legacy for yourself, but for the world, so they can learn from your mistakes and better their self. My channel will be for people to be better than me, to surpass me, to make better choices in their light, in their soul, but also for the overall, because I want this information, right? If I'm able to help as much people, like there's a saying, people don't recognize you until you're dead. I honestly, I don't care. But if I'm able to help someone and one day someone comes up to me and tells me, oh my God, your information saved my life. Okay. You made me a better person. Then that's the point, because we are all here to help one another. And we are all here to push each other to be better. And this is what I stand for. And I'm starting to understand more and more who I am. I'm understanding why people would fear me. Like when I was growing up, even these past couple of years, I started to realize why my family would fear me. Why when I was always around them, they looked at me fear. They tried to control me. They tried to make me think a certain way. They was always on my back. It wasn't because they was on my back because I was a bad person. No, they was on my back because they knew I was different. And they knew that I was too unpredictable. And I was reckless in the sense of I do what I want to do. I do what I want, what I believe is right. And they couldn't stand it. And every time I would say, I'm not your enemy, I'm your friend, they wouldn't understand it. They were always trying to do things to hurt me, to get me in trouble, to suppress me, to control me. And those are not love. Those are not forms of love. Okay. So what have I learned this past year? And I'm going to talk about it. Listen, this is to help. So I was, let's talk about the conversation on the bus yesterday. So I was at the mall and I met this lady. She started talking. I started asking her about the bus schedule because of snow and whatever. And she started telling me that the salt on the floor is made from fish guts. And then I said, I don't believe you. Please explain. Because it was hard for me to perceive it in my brain. Because the mind, right, even though if someone says something, the mind has a lot of programs already. It's programmed to be and think a certain way that it'll be very difficult for you to understand certain things. So she said it's made from brine, and then she went into details, and she said the public of Department of the Public Service, I forgot the services, the people who you clean the floor asked who put salt on the floor, because she said something to the fact that To think about it. Where salt comes from? Water, right? Well, how fishes are in the water, correct? So what do you think they do with the unleftovers guts? They grind it up and they make it into salt, and they scatter it all over the floor. I said, what? She said, yeah. I said, that's insane. She says, yes. So part of her knows that it's wrong, but it gets good. Another part of her tries to defend it. So she says to me that, I said, you don't think this is insanity? This is negativity, right? It's like America makes us, they send you to school, they make you salute and pray to a flag when that same flag represents and stands for the amount of people they have gone into different countries, kill, rape, and murder. And then they put a flag and say, this is what we stand for. We stand for liberty, freedom, and truth, when they stand for bullshit. When the country is based on blood, murder, lies, killing, and raping, and abusing people. They take your resources, they take your education, they take away your language, they take everything from you, they give you religion, and then they suppress you, beat you, and make you one of them. When you were just fine the way you were. You didn't need them. You were doing okay how you were. This is what I say. Anyone who comes on your property or your territory thinking that they're going to give you a piece of paper here under the U.S. Department of blah, 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 you have to move. Else what? You have a right to defend yourself. Okay? So if it means casting spells so they can stay the fuck away from you, then that's what you will do, because they have no rights. So let's go back to the fish thing. She says to me, well, don't you think it's a beautiful thing? Because at least it had a use. At least it served its purpose. I said, what did you just say? What did you just say to me? She says to me, well, think about it, right? You're somebody's lunch. It's a sense of, if there's no way to use it, right? Why don't you use it for something good? I said, do you think the fish wants to be grind up and used for the floor? Let me ask you a question. What if you were the fish and I gutted you, grind you up, and put you on the floor, and then told you this is your purpose? How would you feel? Well, it doesn't matter how I feel. I said, then that means you don't love yourself. So I said, okay, let's look at a different perspective. What if an alien from a different dimension, big, strong, long teeth and claws, said to you, you look tasty and you're my lunch, because I don't need to eat you, but I choose to because I can. What would you say? How would you feel? You would say to the being, okay, sure, I don't really serve a purpose. So I said to her, and she was saying, well, everything is alive. So you're saying, okay, so you say the water in the pipes are alive. This is what you said. This is your claim. The water in the pipes are alive. The floor is alive. The tree is alive. The ground is alive. So you're saying those things don't have feelings? But it doesn't matter. That's what you're telling me. It doesn't matter. So because it doesn't matter, you can do whatever the hell you want to it. So let's say, okay, so you went and fight for your life. I said, I would never take advice from you. In fact, if I was your kids, I would disown you. I would not listen to what you have to say because you're full of shit and you're psycho. And then I said to her, so let's say if you have a dog, and you love this dog, right? Because people treat dogs and cats like they're their baby. They put these dogs in strollers. I've never seen shit like this. I'm like, these people are crazy. They put these dogs in strollers. They dress them up like little babies and kiss them and sleep with them in the bed and so on and so forth, right? So now you're going to look at this dog that you've loved as your own baby. You're going to look it in its eyes. You're going to look it in its eyes and say, you look good to eat. Your purpose is to be my lunch. That's what you're going to say? That's what you're going to say. Your purpose is to be my lunch. I'm going to consume you. So if that is not insanity, if that's not a higher form of negativity, I don't know what is. I don't. So then I said, okay. Then she said, well, she tried to flip my words. You're being a warrior if you had nothing to eat. I said, what do you mean if you have nothing to eat? Have you heard of something called vegetarians? Have you heard of something called vegans? Like, I didn't say vegans, but have you heard of that? Have you heard of being creative? Do you know about fasting? That's bullshit. That's a poor excuse. That's a poor excuse for your negativity. Okay. So then I said, okay, what if I took your soul and I had a dog? I took your soul and put it into a dog, and then took the dog's soul and put it into your body. And then I ate you. You would die automatically. And then the human host would be barking like a dog, because these things do happen. Okay. Would you like that? And she kept defending it. It came to a point where her brain became overloaded, because I kept hitting her with truth. And she started to say God, Krishna, Allah, and praying. I said, listen, God, Krishna, and Allah, they're not going to save you from me. Okay? They're not going to save you, because these are the same beings who are lying to you and keeping you in hell. You don't love yourself. Okay? And because of this, you will descend. You will keep coming back and descending to lower forms. That means you're willing to get dirty, gritty, and nitty to get and have what you want. Because if you cannot see that the correlation, the similarities, if everything has God in it, that means everything is equal. And if everything is equal, then you have no right to step out of bounds, to kill something. Okay? The other day, I realized that the apple that I eat, even though I've converted over to a vegetarian diet, the apple that I eat, it feels too. And it understands, right? People think that they're going to heaven, right? They have lied and said that most people go to heaven. How can most people go to heaven if they don't even understand that everything is connected? If you understand that everything's connected, why would you eat another being? Why would you kill another thing and put it in your body? If you so-called love, quote-unquote, a person of God, or quote-unquote, a person of love, you would not kill another thing and eat it. Okay? Which you will look for lighter, positive forms of energy to sustain yourself until you reach a state that you don't need food, that you can sustain yourself. What is the next step to releasing yourself from the physical world? These are steps, challenges to see how much you love yourself. The next step is stop consuming physical food. How would you do that? You would absorb the essence and spit out the thickness of the food. So you would absorb the juice and spit the rest out, because you know that the apple does not want to be eaten, but the apple knows that it needs you to consume it, so you can ascend, and hence allowing you to consume it, it ascends too, because it understands if it helps you, it helps itself. And that is a higher form of love, because there's no difference between you and it, or you and the apple. You are one and the same, whether you're a rock or the floor or the snow that falls on the ground. It's all the same thing. So this is when I started to cry and realize, oh my God, we are insane. You have lost your mind. Now, let's continue. Wow, this life, like, I'm I'm telling you, if someone were to come, take a gun and put it between my head, my eyes, I would say, please pull the trigger, because I realize and understand how the world works. When you understand the nature of existence, you understand that the world is run by negativity and it's done on purpose. Okay, it's no accidents. People know who you are. They know who you are by looking at you. You don't need to say anything. They know. Okay, now let's get into 1 year ago. 1 year ago, November 27th, I was talking, before I started talking to this girl, I was talking to someone that I really cared about. And I was fed up of her nonsense. I was really fed up because like I was giving it my all, and she's playing games, and doing whatever the hell she wants. So I moved on and I went online, POF. This person claimed to be Eva Elfrey, the model, right? So I started talking to this person. I started sending them money, and I started hearing like them lying. Like they would say things, but it wouldn't add up. And I started seeing visions of things, of her being with other people. And I started seeing things in my head, visions and visions and visions. But I didn't have all the pieces, and I tried so hard to make it work. I wanted it because I really thought, and it comes to find out, my friend was telling me about, listen, something's not right here. I wasn't listening because I was mesmerized about the looks, because I thought that, this person can help make my life better and the people that close to me better, but also I can help them. Comes to find out, it wasn't that person, it was someone else. It took me, I had to go through, after giving my money, being kicked out from my guardian's place. My friend was helping me for a couple of months, and he kicked me out. And I realized this person kept trying to take money from me, kept trying to use me after being homeless, after going through all these things. And I realized, wow, I did not love myself to see that this person was using me. They was using this person's image. They made a fake passport, fake this, fake that, and disguise as this. Long story short, and they got my accounts froze, both accounts, and then there was other people, and I was able to. Then I realized, when I saw the real Eva Elfrey had the ring on her hand, it clicked. So I did everything I could to reach out to her, the real one. I emailed her. I contact her friends on Instagram. Nothing, no avail. I kept calling, writing messages, emails after emails. She responded. The real one that responded. And then what ended up happening was she wouldn't respond. Then I went to her OnlyFans account and I sent her messages, and she responded. So, because I had this attachment to this person and I wasn't willing to let go, right? I started talking to her. I started asking her questions about about life, about peace, about love, and her family, and so on and so forth. And I told her the situation, I was catfishing, what happened, and she said she was sorry. So then we started talking, and I sent her my passport, and I sent her my driver's license, and I sent her multiple pictures of myself, not nude, but like of me, of who I am as a person, right? So, and she said, you're very cute, right? So, this gets good. So here it is, this person reached out. So part of you is aware of who this person is. Okay. Here it is, a person reach out to you and they tell you that, hey, they're interested, blah, blah, blah. And you're given an opportunity because the person you can tell the person is different. You can tell the person is not normal. They're very advanced spiritually and they can help you. Here it is, you're given an opportunity to heal yourself, to rise to the next level. And you take, because something piques you can tell that you say that the person is cute and you tell them don't jump to conclusions. But something piques your interest, but you're playing games. You take 4 days to respond. The first time around, they tell you how they feel, and you become superficial by using fancy words like they can't read through your bullshit. The second that you spoke a couple times, the third, fourth time, I think the person gets fed up because the person knows who they are. They know what they can bring to the table. Here it is, someone who met shamans, who knows psychics, who have taken ayahuasca, iboga, peyote, San Pedro, mapacho, turpentine, has detoxed themselves. They come to you in good faith, right? And you blow them off. And you pretend like they don't exist. Instead of being honest and upfront and real with them, because your soul, your light, deep down knows who they are, but because you're so far gone into the fame, into who you are, you don't want to see what's real. So I said to the person, how long can you play with yourself? How long can you play this game? How long can you keep doing this game until reality hits you? Here it is, someone comes to you at good faith. They try to talk to you and you blow them off. You play a game, you pretend, and you think it's cool because you think you're better than this person, when in reality, they are more advanced than you. And when you wake up, when you come to the realization of who you are, this is the same person, the same people that you're going to seek to heal yourself. I'll give you a perfect example. There was a guy when I went to Peru, I believe 2 years ago, maybe close to 3, and his name was Gregor. And this guy, he was rich. You can tell how he got his money. He didn't get it in a positive form. He got his money by doing things that wasn't right. He brought himself to the point where he had to drink urine, right, to heal himself, because he knew he went so far in the deep end. Okay, this is the same guy I had visions about in his past life, killing people, doing all kinds of wicked stuff to get fame, riches. And he is in Peru taking ayahuasca to expunge the demons out of his body. So this is very important. So these are the same people that you're trying to help, that will spit in your face, that will stab you in your back, that when you try to help them and when they're given an opportunity to release themselves from darkness, they refuse. And then when life hits them, they call God. And they wonder why this is happening to me. This is happening to you because you refuse to listen to your higher self. You refuse to love yourself. So not only that you refuse to love yourself, you was given an opportunity to heal. You turned it down. You was given an opportunity, a chance to rise. You turn it down. So not only that you don't love yourself, you disrespect yourself. Not only you disrespect yourself, you disrespect the person. And not only that you disrespect the person, it would take you millions of years, or it would take you a very long time because an opportunity like this does not happen. Most people, they don't even know about such things as these medicines. They don't even know that these medicines can help them unlock parts of the DNA of themselves. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, how can you give what you don't have? And I realize, like, I'm getting off topic, but all these things are connected. Like, they teach you in school that they they push you through the system. They don't teach you how to solve your problems, right? When I started to change, when I started to love myself more, I was able to express myself differently, right? I was able to shine more of my light, use more of the tools in me to heal. This is a message to parents, students, kids, all ages. If you have a son or daughter or any kid that has mental disabilities, disorders, or struggling in any form mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, right? You as when they're young, you must do everything in your power to help them become conscious so they can have the tools to help themselves. What do I mean? What does that mean? That means you have to, one, whatever that's blocking them from using their full capabilities, you have to get it out. So whether you get a chiropractor, acupuncture, a therapist, taking them to Peru for ayahuasca, helping them take iboga, changing their diet, and letting them rise higher and higher spiritually. Okay, turpentine, mapacho, all these medicines, you must hit that individual with a lot of positivity, very extremes, because the negative forces will hit them with a lot of extremes. You bet your ass these things that's in their body is doing everything in their power to suppress them, to condense them, to make them forget who they are. So you must fight for your kids. You must fight for your loved ones because they are a part of you. And when you die, because you have to ask yourself, why is the planet so populated? Do you think this is by accident? It's because people keep coming back over and over to this plane. That's why. So when you come back, right, you must make sure you take care of your kids, because if you can't leave this world, they will be the ones that you come back to. So if you treat them right, if you take care of them, if you give them all the tools that they need to be okay in this world, to defend themselves against all kinds of creatures and forms of negativity, they will be able to protect you and take care of you, because they are an essence of you. They are a part of you, an extension of you. So out of love for yourself, the best form of love, when you take care of them, they take care of you. And so they will help you ascend to different levels of consciousness, different worlds, and they will help you reach the final destination, which is heaven. But you will not reach there if you don't do what you need to do, or you don't do what's necessary. This is me releasing, healing myself from all my mistakes. I learned from my mistakes, and I will not repeat it again. I will not repeat it again. And when my friend needed me, I'm discovering the people that you need, what you're always looking for, is always right in front of you. You're just too blind. So when an opportunity gold comes in your face and you take a shit on it and you pretend like it don't exist, there are serious repercussions for your actions, serious repercussions. So my advice is, listen to your intuition, pay attention to how you feel. Even if you don't have all the answers, you don't have all the keys inside. If something feels wrong, trust it. Trust it. But I will never ever again put women over my friends. My friend, true friend. Okay, people who really love me. Because they will always point you in the right direction. If someone says something and they're right, listen. Listen, because it will spare you a lot of pain. On this channel, it will be about my life experience and truth as much as I can. And I don't care if anyone comes on my channel and want to shame me. Let's see you can do what I do. Okay? Let's see if you can put out and let go of the darkness that you have. Okay, I'm not afraid. I'm not. Because this is me making amends for the things I've done centuries ago. For all the wrongs I've done in multiple lifetimes. This is me making amends. This is one of the first steps of healing myself. This is one of the first steps of giving back to humanity. And that's what needs to be done. This is why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for me. Part of it is for me doing this for me, but I'm doing this to help the world. Because the world needs it. Because we're in a crisis and people are giving up their rights. And they're not waking up. Why the hell is it that we wake up early in the fucking morning every freaking day? It's a crime. Why the hell the world's on fucking lockdown, but people can go and drive to McDonald's and all these fast food places, but the world is on fucking lockdown. People losing their jobs, their homes, and everything that they earn. And then they go vote, but nothing is changing. But every moment, every second, every minute, every hour, our rights are being stripped from us. Okay? We become weaker. This is something to just think about.